Inshallah and Ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic beings, on this fantastic Friday, right before a new moon in Leo. Are you loving the skin you're in, or are you loathing the skin you're in? Just remember, the sun shines upon everything it touches. And no matter what your sun sign is, it's actually deeply activated during the season of Leo. It's getting magnetized or energized by the rays of the sun. The luminous energies is kind of how I see that, the fiery energies. But either way, welcome to a fantastic Friday where we do mini live cowrie shell divinations. And if your soul is calling for a mini session, just remember to comment. And in the show notes, I do need the year you're born and the month for various reasons. They all tell a story, a telltale sign. They give us insights energetically into the season actually that we are born into. And we're all born into a season. We all have a gift, and we also all have a purpose, which brings me to gift and purpose. Well, that was exciting. Gift and purpose is actually, I'm going to be live talking about all of the elementals, not just the predominant ones we muse about, and how we can use them in ritual, how they're connected to the energetic centers, the chakras, along with numerology and astrology, and kind of how they play out energetically. I would highly recommend the guidebook. Download that so you can really journal with your own magic, your own medicine, and activate why you arrived here on the planet at this particular time. So super excited about that. It's actually super fun, and I'm all about the fun, not gonna lie. And also, I'm not seeing what I want here. I just uploaded it. Maybe it's right there, 100%. And if you don't know, I actually work with a quantum energetic skincare line, all divinely ordained through spirit. And right now we're in a transitional Earth season. Earth is an interseason energetically. It actually ends August 6th about, I'll say. It's usually an 18-day transition period between each of the seasons because it's too hard energetically on the body to go from one elemental season to the other. You may have noticed possibly an imbalance of earth energy is toxicity, poor lymphatic circulation, acne, cysts, even enlarged pores and whatnot. But it's predominantly, it's digestion, right? So like digesting all the things, mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. And the Fetathers, that little yellow bottle, is called a Fetather. Fetathers actually work on the etheric level. You can apply them to your energetic center. Along with your acupuncture points, you would probably use the earth, the stomach, or the spleen energetic points on the body. So it works like energy on energy to bring balance to the body. I do these sessions one-on-one, working with each of the elements to really bring your body into balance along with the energetic centers simultaneously at the same time. I do these in Salt Lake, City, Utah. That's always exciting when my little gizmo does that. So the art of cowrie shell divination, this also was all ordained through the world of spirit. I was guided by my guides, my spirit team, to actually work with Melodoma Some. And if you know anything about spirit, you get the subtle nudges until you really get the subtle nudge and awakening. And cowrie shell divination, it's an art of divination brought to the West by Melodoma Some. I'm a protege, a student of his, incorporating the elementals in ritual, depending on your base foundation. And when I do a divination, I always want to know the year you're born into, especially if this is something new. What's kind of on the tip of your tongue, like what's at the crossroads usually, the energetic hiccup. They come in a variety of forms for all of us. You will find that a lot of people experience the same energetic hiccup because we're all kind of little atoms in space that have come together as matter in a physical form, embodying ourselves. And the environment, as a reflector, the environment is highly, I'm highly sensitive to environments. If I if I feel any discourse, I generally leave. And we have a Teflon aura, so the auric field, I generally work on the etheric highway. And there's something called the etheric mirror. That's kind of where I can look into your shadow side of yourself. I generally don't like doing that. I like to look at your light instead of dimming your light. That's just something I organically do as a reflector. So yeah, I will say that. And this new moon, I will have my new moon musing meditation up on YouTube here, hopefully today, I will say. I really love doing the meditations. That's just one thing as a reflector I find is environment is huge. I'm always driven for solution and getting in the momentum, getting into the flow. Energetically, I highly connect with nature and the beings in nature, the unseen world, predominantly the Fae, actually feeding the Fae. So yeah, I'm getting all prepared to feed the Fae for this new moon, 100%. So before we dive in, if anyone's curious and would like a mini divination, be sure to comment there in the show notes, and I'll do a mini roll for you. I do these complimentary, but you can tip the seer if your heart feels called. I do have friends that do like 5-minute little oracle readings for like $40. However, sometimes we just need, a little secret sauce to illuminate our star grid. And I truly believe we're all stars on the spiritual walk of fame. And whatever your brilliance is, my thing is to illuminate that so you can shine your light upon the world around you. So super excited about that. Let's see. And I think that's about all I have to chit chat about. I already talked about gift and purpose. And since you're joining me live, if you want to tune into that, you can use the code GIFT, GIFT, all capitalized, to join me next Saturday live as we dive in deeper into the elements and different rituals you can use. And maybe you have some ahas or some epiphanies about utilizing your natural magnetism and amplify your energies for gift and purpose. We all have them. We're all intuitive. It's just how we use or misuse our gifts in the physical world, why we arrived here on planet Earth. So with that, let's do a little switchy switch. Look at that. I'm getting so creative here. And where am I? Hang on. This might take me a minute. Canon. There we go. So here I am, and I look illuminated here. I'm kind of in a dark room today. I didn't put on all my lights. So there is that. So again, if you're curious, go ahead and comment in the show notes. I do need your birth year, something that's kind of nudging you, poking at you, and then I'll move the shells on your behalf and pull a few cards. Sometimes I get inclined to pull the cards. I use a variety of decks. My favorite, of course, is the Fae. I'm not going to lie. It's probably, it's not the first deck I ever had, but probably very close. I just really connect to the Candomblé. And the Candomblé are the little beings that brought to the Dagar tribe in Burkina divination. So they're the spirits of the other world and the in-between. It's kind of my natural habitat, not just in the Dagar cosmology, but also as a reflector. So it's like, what am I seeing that nobody else can see? And then often it's if anyone's listening, usually I find people 6 months later will be like, oh, I finally did what you said, which is hilarious. And I just noticed my hands are behind there, so I'm going to squishy squish over here. Yeah, that's great. So again, I can see a few people tuning in live here. Ooh, 11:11. I just saw that. That's awesome. That's how long I've been streaming live. And I will, of course, give you the affirmation that we have for the week. I think it's important to hold space for an affirmation and really tune in. I do them myself, and I'm just sharing what I do. On a side note, energetically, one of my first offerings I created in 2016 is called the balance of being. It's actually about 6 natural resources that we all carry within us. Hi there. Thanks for tuning in. Oh my goddess. How I can't say her name, but I appreciate you. You're from India. I love it. Yeah, the culture. I love culture. I think everyone has something spectacular that we offer the world. If we open up our hearts and dive into different adventures, I love that. Absolutely, 100% authenticity. Divine feminine here. Thanks. Yes, I 100% agree. I think we need more brilliance and love shining in our world. An imbalance actually of love is actually war, which is also an imbalance of fire energy. And what soothes the fire? And we got a shift ton here in the United States. Fires blazing everywhere. That just tells me our connection to the world of spirit has been kind of dismantled. You got to call in the water spirits, right? We need some rain to calm down the fires, the innate fire, the energies of fire. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, the balance of being. Well, sidecar. Welcome to being a reflector. I'm like Dory in Finding Nemo sometimes. However, the balance of being, the natural resources we all have. Number one is, it's really not number one, but breath work, like being in tune with our breath, our circadian rhythm, along with meditation. We also need rest. And when I say rest, I'm not talking about sleep. I'm just talking about authentic rest, being in a resting peace place, if you will. But we also need, mind to be, an attitude of gratitude, basically. A lot of times we can all perceive or see the same incident, but we all have a different perspective of it based on our experience, which comes from our mind in that experience. So transforming those thoughts into an optimistic venue and having a higher elevated perspective. That's where the balance of being, the attitude of gratitude comes in. Also nutrition, we know our nutrition quotient here, especially in the US, I'm going to say it's fragmented. We need to get back to the old ways of canning and using herbs and literally connecting with the spirit people, which I am one of. As an indigenous medicine person, I think I lived that life many lifetimes, to be quite honest. Living in a hut, I often go there. But either way, good vibes to you too. Authentic, I love it. 100%. Let's illuminate the show today. If you want me to do a mini divination again, if you have a question, if you just want a general spill of the tea, I'll say, spill of the shells, the bones, whatever you want to call them, just let me know. I'll move the shells on your behalf. What year you're born kind of gives me some insight, even the month or even the country, because the energy of the earth plane carries different spirits of the land. It's all interconnected, but the spirits where I'm at in Utah are very different flavor, I'll say, flavor ingredient than India, by the way, right? But energetically, it's all connected through the routing system, the trees. That's how they connect, just like cell phones through the airwaves, just a different frequency, energy, vibration, because that's pretty much what everything is. So it's like, what frequency are we frequenting? But the balance of being, also exercise, nutrition, exercise. Our bodies are meant to move. And I will say, being in an earth interseason, having a desk job, a desk career, or having too much earth in your chart, a desk job is actually the worst thing for you, because the only way to move the lymphatic system is through movement. It's not like our heart. It's not like our lungs. It does not move on its own. We physically have to do something in the earth plane and the physicality of it. So there is that as well. So I'm going to pull a few cards and see what comes up from the Fae. And as always, I'm going to affirm the magical beings on the show, on the replay, and also my own magical self. I affirm our gatekeepers, our guides, the being seen and the unseen. I'm tuning into Bashar, interestingly enough, that I may be a conduit connected to the oneness to deliver the messages we need to receive today. With that, I say Ashe. Oh my goddess, look at that. That tells me we get a right Right, we got a freshie, a fresh new insight, a fresh chapter. I love that for a few reasons. New moons are new beginnings, and we are in the season of Leo. So this is about us literally recrafting, creating, initiating transformation through doing what we love, what we were designed and why we came here in the first place, creating with co-creator. So I would take that as giving yourself some time and space to really bring out your own authenticity, your own creativity, whether that's journaling, whether that's painting, whether that's hiking, whether it's being an herbalist, whatever it is that really blows your skirt up, and kind of focus on that energy. Don't worry about the hows or the winds, just kind of stay in that synchronicity, the flow of it. Water, and literally calling in the waters to get you in the flow of whatever it is you want to bring into this world at this time. And then we have gotcha, which this is like, that's our fears, things that we're afraid of in the dark, those illusionary things that happen in the dark that are just that, illusions. Hi, Shazzy. How you doing? All right, I'll move the shells on your behalf. Let me pull one more card. You just want a general reading, Miss Australia? I haven't seen you for a minute. And one more. Here we go. Oh, goddess. Oh, this is fantastic. So this is awesome. So after we do our own little intention, private, personal, give ourselves some sacred space to really tune into what our heart wants, what glimmers our gold, not being afraid of the nectar of the gods, literally calling in those illusions. But then in doing so, we get to go on the journey energetically and really go out into the world, showing the world our skills and our crafts and being innocent. He's like the innocent traveler going, he's called the journeyman, going out on the journey. He's already worked with the master maker. He's done all the work, but now he's got to go out into the world and share his gifts. So I'll take that on the top of a new moon. That's awesome. Okay, so yes, please. What year you're born, Shazzy? When you do that, I'm going to affirm your spirit for the magical being you are and always have been. Affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, your guardians, the great spirit, the oneness, the being seen and the unseen, the Wedamace or Didymus, my boyfriend, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe. Okay. So in the Dagara cosmology, you are actually part of the Earth clan. Interestingly enough, we just entered kind of an interseason of Earth. So this tells me for you, like, you're kind of always in, like, where do I belong in this world? You're also holding space. It's the structure. It's like going to the mountain. The mountain doesn't come to us. People go to you. And right now, you are literally identifying as somebody who possibly may be going through some like spiritual awakening of some sort. Maybe you're downloading some wisdom from spirit to really accentuate and highlight your brilliance in this world and getting a more sophisticated approach through that, while at the same time, you're like shedding skin. I always like either like a snake shedding skin, maybe a kundalini awakening, a rising golden or red kundalini, or even purple that just shot in. But ultimately, I want you to be devoted to where your heart belongs. Like, where does home feel fantastic to you as you go through this change? Just know you're protected by angels, by the way. I would recommend you go to the water. The reason I say that is because there's some forces of adversity blocking you from being in the flow. You do need to do some radical reconciliation, possibly going to the water spirits, and, you know, there's forgiveness, compassion, releasing fears. Go give them to the water. So it's like you're getting the wishing well and the water well to help you go through that as well. So yeah, I don't know if you do any, I'm sure you do spiritual practices. What am I saying? Anyway, you're getting You're getting some downloads. I feel like you're going to literally go through an awakening again, a Kundalini awakening. I would go to the water to help you go through the change, have some healing through that, and get clear about where does my heart belong and all this, and like who is my soul? Who is my soul serving? Ultimately, it's our soul service first before we can serve the souls of others. But this is initiated for you to get clear and get organized about who is my community, how do I connect. The reason I say that is this represents you. There's a line right here. It's all activated. So it's about who are my people? Who do I connect with? And we are in a year of mineral in the Dagara. So that is all about community connection, storytelling, which is in change. So you can like shine your wisdom and communicate to people why you arrived on the planet at this time, actually. So I hope that was helpful. Oh, I don't think so. I think all you need to do is listen to your spirit team, and what comes through is what's meant to hurt. And I was just thinking, like, when I do this, even though I'm looking for you, something's going to resonate with other people that either are on the show right now or actually tune in later, because that's how energy works. You might be across the world in Australia, but energetically, there's streams of light where we're all connected, telepathically, energetically, whatever you want to call it. So you can kind of beam light. So yeah, I'll send some streams your way. Make it a fantastic day. Ashe, blessings. You won't disappoint. I don't feel that at all, but I could see. Just do something different, something that you haven't done before. Like, I feel like that's what's going to arrive, and just get into the flow. Yeah. Let's see. It's been mind blowing for what? Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Ancestors, there's a lot of healing that needs to happen within our ancestral lineage, whether you're the family janitor like I am, cleaning up timelines. It's fantastic. Most of us are here to clean up our ancestors' doings. I'll leave that at that as well. You're so welcome. Make it fantastic. If anybody else would like me to move the shells on their behalf, just do what Shazzy did. Write your comment, basically. Put your birth month and year is really all I need energetically to tune in there. But Earth is a transitional energy, so you can ground into the Earth if you want, the physical world, or join me for Gift and Purpose. I talk about grounding into different elementals for different things. Besides the Earth, there's different reasons for that as well. So yeah. So again, just comment. You're so welcome. Thanks for joining me for my show. I do go live every Friday doing mini divinations to assist humanity, humans, to get you on your magical way. So there is that. I love it. Okay, does anybody else want me to move the shells on your behalf to make sure you have a fantastic new moon with the season of Leo, lighting up your brilliance, your starlight? Yeah, set a great intention of what your star wants. What blows your skirt up? I'm going with that. Okay, I've almost hit my timing. Hi, Jerry. Jerry Skarky, I like that. You're so welcome. Okay, you too. You are part of the mineral clan in the Dagara, but I'll get into that in just a minute. So I'm going to affirm your spirit, affirm your gatekeepers, your guides, the being seen and the unseen, your ancestors, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I say Ashe, blessings. And you, we're going to go this way. So in the Dagara cosmology, you're part of the mineral clan. Mineral is all about connection, community, conversation, mineral careers. Mineral careers could be like, I'm thinking of like computers, cars, anything to do with metal and circuitry, that kind of stuff. It's all about the connection, the connectivity. And you right now are like in that place of being in the connection of that, and your community is all activated, you too may also be going through like who like going through what do I want to say, going through change within career, family, friends, society, like who are my people, who are my tribe. This is like you just being authentic to those connections. You know, I always like to say no means new opportunities, and I find often we don't say no enough. But why you came into this world is actually going through a transformation. Um, so I would literally send you out into nature for two reasons: to help you get into the flow of the change that's coming for you, and your ability to use words and your wisdom, your authenticity, in possibly ways that seem unfamiliar to you, but yet it's in your bones. But what's actually blocking you from getting there is you need to work on energetic boundaries and also a spiritual practice. Like, do you have a practice on how you connect to spirit? Whether that's doing an offering, whether that's praying, whether that's invoking words, journaling, any of that. So that's kind of activated. And also, you know, I find that you possibly need to like have a different perspective on who your people are, especially when it comes to connecting to spirit, like your visions and your dreams. And if you're not sure, it's time to discern what those visions are trying to show you, your dreams, whatever that looks like for you. But it's that kind of conversation. And in having boundaries, energetic boundaries, these are spiritual energetic boundaries, actually. You're going to have a different perspective that's actually going to land you to be seen in this world for somebody who can communicate and connect and bring that wisdom into this world, whatever that is for you. I don't know what you do, but also, oh, your ancestors are assisting you to get into the flow of doing literally what your heart loves. And it's not like devoting. Devotion is different than unconditional love. They're assisting you to get into the flow of just literally glimmering your own light. Sometimes our mind can be corrupt and say cruel things. So I would literally do a water ritual and cleanse off all that debris to help you get clear and in the flow and have more love, peace, laughter, poetry, joy, fun, exuberance, inner giggles, all the fun things. Reminds me of like childhood wonder, like when you were a little kid and exploring those childlike wonder things that you really just lit your heart up when you were like 4 or 5. The reason I say that is because energetically our heart center opens up between 4.5 and 6.5. Watch little kids, that's when they start loving and they're oozing love and they're communicating it. And I believe every year we go back to those places based on the season we're in, being in the season of Leo. I talked about this in Spill the Tea. It's our heart center exuberates, and we kind of recalibrate what love really is to us. So those are just my suggestions for you. I hope that was helpful as well. And yeah, so you too, I mean, you've got Taurus energy, which is earth, so that's all about manifesting. So it's like manifesting words. It's kind of like, you know, words create wishes. Words are spells. So how you talk to yourself is ultimately what's going to manifest. So I would actually have a more devoted heart conversation and talk about possibly taking a bow in the mirror and loving yourself some more, or at least how a creator does. Just saying. So there is that. Thanks, Jerry, for tuning in. Does anybody else want me to move the shells on their behalf? I can do one more if you're tuning in. It's interesting. One screen tells me a different number of viewers than the other one, so that's always exciting. Hi, you want me to move the shells on your behalf? I wish I could say your name, but I don't want to like, Rashari. Am I close? Shall I ask? I just want what year you're born and month. And yeah, you can ask a question. I'll move the shells on your behalf. Ah, yeah. You do need to use words. Yeah. Connect with spirit. You know what? Jerry, I would get downloads from spirit to help you write. Not even kidding. That's what that is. Okay, let's just do a general reading. I do need your birth year. Actually, I am in a twin flame journey. Well, how's that feel for you? Just saying. Twin flame journey. I love it. Kalishwaran. Oh, that's the person's name? Kalishwaran. Okay, well, either way, let me move. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, you don't know this, but these are the topsy-turvettes, and there's the topsy-turvettes. You cannot make that up. That or I did a thing with my cards. Oh my gosh, things are topsy-turvettes. I'm not even kidding. That's funny. Oh, Lord. That means things are busy. Going sideways and one way all at once. Okay, so let's massage the shells. Okay. General reading. Okay. Oh, I love it. Okay. So I'm going to affirm your spirit, Rajeshwari. Hope I didn't smash that, but I love that. Affirm your spirit for the magical being you are, the spirit being that I know you are. Affirm the great spirit, the oneness, that I may be a conduit, connecting with your guides, your guardians of your galaxy, and deliver the message you need to receive today. And with that, I always say Ashe. Yeah, you're both of the same energies, similarities. Okay, my friend, I love it. I am actually in the Dagara cosmology, years ending in 2s and 7s, are part of the fire clan. So for us, because I'm part of that clan as well, it's all about connecting to our intuition, the other world, dreams, visions, like literally tuning into spirit, having those spirit to spirit conversations. So we need that. And right now, like, you literally are in a place of like surrendering to your divine connection, your spiritual acumen, and going through some healing. That's probably why your twin flame showed up, not even kidding. So that just accentuates it. But it's like getting out in the world and connecting. How about the family? Do you guys have a good family connection? The reason I ask is this over here. Howdy. Hi, Dan. So this is about connecting and being out with like family. Be creative within the family. Are you of different cultures or the same? There's no adversity there. I was just curious, throwing that out there as well. But yeah, we need to get you, like, you're in a place of like surrendering to get into the flow, but it's like we need to get clear on our communication to assist us into the flow. So once this dissipates and the change happens, you're like, you like literally embody your own gift, why you came into this world, your own brilliance. But you're kind of dimming your light, like, or maybe your partner is. I don't know. I don't like going down rabbit holes. But there's something that's not letting you shine your brilliance in the physical world. And how you identify and how you're seen in the world is actually going through a change. That could be a change of career, stuff like that. You did bring up relationship. I don't see any toxic stuff there. Not that I'm looking. I generally don't like looking. Unless it's like poking the bear. But that's not there. So yeah. We need to, you're going through change, a transformation that's happening for you. I want you to, your spirit team is actually devoted to you, your ancestors, and your guides and your guardians. They see you, they hear you. I think you need to just accentuate your own spiritual practice, whatever that is. Like for me, I connect with the Fae. I do a spirit to spirit conversation every morning. I connect with the elements. And I like to be free in my own space. I'm a hermit in human design. I'm a reflector. So reflectors really need time to reflect and be alone with themselves. I'm not saying that you need to do that, but I do suggest that you create time and space to connect with the world of spirit there, and really go to the waters to help you get into the flow of the change that's happening for you. I always say the universe always works in our favor. Things happen for us, not to us. So yeah, I feel like you need to go out into nature to assist you in the change that's happening for you, so you can see your own brilliance, see your own starlight. No more dimming your light. 100%. Oh my God, she says. Good family. I was looking at actually both of your families energetically. It's like the conversation, the connection. Maybe you're like in a family group gathering and you have like this epiphany of this otherworldly moment. It's like seeing things through the eye of Creator, which is a very different eye to look through than the eye of man. That's how I see that. Very different energies. But yeah, definitely some creativity. I think it's awesome. That's great. Okay, I can do one more, Dan. His sister is a demon. We'll go to the water and reconcile that demon energy. Get it in the flow so it goes out into the ocean and dissipates. That's what I'd be doing. Third party, severe. Oh, yeah, just go to the water. Water is a healing conduit, and it's part of our bodies. I do sound bathing in a pool because water, we're all made of water. And when we sound and tune into water and change the frequency of it, literally tone into water, speak into water, drink the water to just cleanse the debris out of your system. I would probably do that every day. And just do an offering to the water spirits to help her get into the flow and reconcile whatever it is that's eating at her. Yeah, I'm talking about different elementals as well, but you're both ruled by Mars in a way. Scorpio is still water, and fire, Aries, very headstrong. Cardinal signs versus fixed signs have different energies, right? And I do have a Scorpio moon, so I do know a few things about water. Just saying. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, I'll chat with you next week. Are you still tuned in, Dan? I don't know if you want a session. I can do one more. Yes, complimentary signs. Absolutely. Okay, well, if I don't hear from anybody else, as always, blessings. Be sure to join me for Gift and Purpose next Saturday. I will be going live on Friday for fun. I always do my shells. And Elizabeth Ernst. Okay, you'll be my final one today. So this is awesome. This is great. I find it curious. I had two people from the Mineral Clan, and you, Elizabeth, are part of the Fire Clan. You're welcome. Am I good to receive my blessing today? Well, Dan, what does your heart say? If your heart says you're good to receive a blessing, I'd say you are. Okay, so I'm going to affirm the magical being of Elizabeth, affirm her gatekeepers, her guides, her spirit team, the being seen and the unseen, her ancestors, of course, her visions, her dreams, her wishes, that I may be a conduit to deliver the message she needs to receive today. And as always, Ashe, blessings. How shall you contact me? Carla, if you're tuning in, can you give her my email? I'm in Utah, of all places. I'm in Utah. But Elizabeth, let's see. You are part of also the Fire Clan. So we've got the fire energies. Now, fire is amazing. Leo is also a fire energy, but it's like the sun. I always call those the celestial bodies. And then we've got fire in the earth plane. Fire people are generally connected to the world of spirit, the other world. And when I am also of the Fire Clan, when we don't tune into spirit, things get sideways, just saying. That's our intuition, it's our dreams, our visions, all of it. That's our conduit. You right now are actually in a place of kind of sideways when it comes to listening to spirit. But that's where you shine the brightest, is actually when I don't know what you do for a living, but this tells me that's where you shine, in the other world, bringing messages and getting clear about that into this world. You do need boundaries, though. We always need energetic boundaries. Like, seriously. Bye. Yeah, we're all a fire clan today, but we did have a mineral clan, right? But energetically, yeah, you need to discern your energetic boundaries. And when I say that, it's like when you get visions or your intuition or your psychic abilities, you got to discern the voices coming in, if they're from spirit or not. And I always say, I always do a boundary protection, that if it's meant to get in, my spirit guides will let it in. Otherwise, I flick it away. So your connection with spirit is actually going through change, how you communicate to the spirit world. I don't know what you do as a personal practice, but this is also taking your personal practice out into the physical world to shine your brilliance. That's kind of what I do. That's why I do these live things. That's part of the reason I returned to planet Earth once again. But we want to open the door to get you so you see yourself as somebody like embodying your purpose, why you came here, and also healing yourself so you can be seen. I don't know what you do, but I definitely start like embodying who it is you wish to become. This tells me we need to cleanse. Maybe your mind is a dirty asset and you need to do some thought cleansing. You know, sometimes thoughts and thinking are not the same. Just kind of when you get an intuitive hit, I would ask, you know, for clarification on what comes in, and also, you know, use words that are more devoted to what your heart knows is true about you in your heart space. Definitely for that. You do have protection from beings that are not of this world, possibly Atlantis or something interesting like that. I'll say that just came in. I don't know. But definitely, this is about loving and trusting and having faith. And faith, all of this is through a feeling. Our kinesthetic gifts, there's a variety of intuitive gifts. We generally only focus on vision or crown or whatever, but, you know, or emotional empathy. But this is about you, you know, feeling and listening to your intuition and loving and trusting what comes in and literally having faith in that. And it's like getting into the flow, knowing where you belong in the world, who your people are. Maybe you're going through a new tribal connection, but your spiritual acumen is activated. I'm telling you, the spirit world is like sending you subtle waves of energy to peek into. So yeah, I'm good with that. I love it. I need to expand. High stress responsibilities. So yeah, you definitely, literally, energetically, I would go to the mountains. I would go into the water. I don't know where you live, but 100%. Yeah, go. Yeah, we need to go. I am a fire person. I've got fire in my year, my month, my hour. I'm so full of fire that I go to water continually. Pennsylvania. So yeah, I want you, if you can get to some moving water and also connect with the being, a stone being, to help you create a circuitry in the conversation. And just literally, I'd probably get a stone as far as a ritual. I'd get a stone and start rubbing it all over your body to get all the memory debris, the remembering, to help you like flavor it up is kind of what I sense on that. Hope that helped. Okay, awesome. You're so welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. I appreciate that. And remember, Gift and Purpose, I'm doing live next Saturday at 1 p.m. Mountain Time through Zoom and also in my online coven. Be sure to join in there. And then, let's see, Dan, 3 times fire yourself. See, us fire people. Doesn't take a lot of fire to get fire started, does it? Just saying. Okay, so I'll do one more for Dan, and then I do need to go. So real quick, Dan, I'm going to affirm the spirit that you are and always have been, the great spirit, the oneness, that I can be a conduit to deliver the message you need to receive today. I don't know if you put your birth sign in there, but I will ask that you receive your blessing. How's that? Oh, you are in huge transformation. Changes upon you. You need to connect with your inner peace and also like validating your inner peace. I always have my go-tos of inner peace, joy, happiness, integrity, and love. Those are my go-tos, and it doesn't take money to be kind as well, but sometimes, kindness is seen as a weakness, just saying. I know that experience. So there's that. But as you go through this transformation, it's like your inner light's going to start flickering. But ultimately, it's about you being devoted to what your heart wants and going through a cleanse and helping you get through the flow of that. And the change, you're going through some big change, but I would suggest you get out in nature. I don't know where you live, but we need to get to the mountain. I want you to tell the mountain what's blocking you from getting into the flow of living your life in order to open the door and communicate to those spirits of the land and also of the water, so you can access the change that is literally like you're in it. You're kind of sideways in it, so to help you get into the flow. Did you tell me your birth year? Big birthday this year. Oh boy. The 60. Grew up in the woods. I get it. Okay, that's fantastic. So yeah, go to the mountain spirits. I'd actually leave an offering of flowers or some kind of herbs and abundance, seeds, to the beings that live there. Just acknowledging them and just having an attitude of gratitude. And where do I belong in this world? In community. Like your village is also changing, but I put your left hand on your heart and communicate, like, is this where my heart belongs? And just pay attention to your feelings, what happens for you. So I hope that was helpful. Yeah, definitely go to the woods. What year are you born, Dan? What year? 100%. Are you a fire clan too? What year are you born? 64. You're a mineral person. You're probably a great storyteller. I cannot tell a story or a joke to save my soul. Oh, but I don't need to worry about that. 64. Oh, you're like my sister. Yep, you are definitely going through transformation. Don't be scared. The death card just says that something's ending, so new things can begin. I would say turning 60 is definitely an ending of one decade to move you into a new one as well. Yeah, people always get afraid of the death card, but I like it. Tells me there's transformation, which all that is happening right there. It might feel like it's a slow transformation. However, we're just like nature. When the trees and the leaves burst in the spring and the leaves fall in the fall, part of it. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Make it a fantastic weekend. Do your new moon rituals. Be sure to tune in on YouTube. My Musing Moon meditation should be up today. And as always, I'll see you on the other side. Blessings. Learning to be a senior. Ashe.